Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Dish Pit Podcast. This is your host, Jay Fandango, joined by these other assorted fellers.
You got Mikey Miguel Latte.
And you have the Crow here.
And as always, El Padre Chocolate.
All right, happy St. Patrick's Day. I was like, wait, I forgot. St. Patrick's Day. I'm not wearing green.
Oh, pinch him.
You're not wearing green either.
His hat is green.
Oh, I didn't see it. Like, I'm fucking You just pinched me, ladies and gentlemen. I was trying to find something that I could pin to myself that was green, and I just didn't. And all the shirts that I had that were green were dirty, so.
I was at work in my uniform, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go home and get changed. I don't want anybody pinching me, so I specifically went home and took a shower and changed into something green.
Is that green?
It is. It's kind of a faded green at this point. And
like
I bought this shirt years ago for a birthday, several years ago.
Looks like more like a...
It's an olive.
Yeah,
Olive
it's like
color.
A faded olive, bro.
I wouldn't
It's a shade of green.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's more like deep gray.
Let's ask Google
Okay.
if olive is a shade of green. Quote.
I think
I
so,
feel like
bro.
olive is a shade of green.
It might
You're
be.
wearing a deep gray.
No, this is definitely olive green.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Mm,
It's like 100 green.
Yeah, it's actually darker than olive green, but it's still a shade of green. I would say it's closer to gray, but I'm not going to split hairs.
I do have a dark gray shirt, but this is not that one.
No, I mean...
He's not the one.
Maybe it's just the lighting, bro.
Yeah, it's the pink light. That's it's throwing it off.
All right, there's a
So have
way.
you started drinking yet, Michael?
I actually haven't.
We have 4 birthday
This
shout
is a
outs to
sober
do.
Michael.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's
I'm
the other...
sober here.
Who's
It's
the...
like a Sasquatch sighting.
Shout out to Jess.
Haven't had one
Oh,
drink.
okay.
Her birthday was previous week. Shout out to G. Tomorrow is his birthday. Actually, it is Michael's younger brother's birthday today.
Correct.
And of course, there's one more person I'm forgetting. And my co-host remembered.
This is like the season of birthdays right now.
Yeah,
There's
it
several
is.
people that I know that are either having birthdays or just had birthdays.
Pisces, turn up.
Yeah.
We should create a section called Mark's Shout Out Corner or something. Like, he loves shout outs.
You got to have at least 5 shout outs every podcast now.
Shout out,
Y'all want to shout out the ice cream man?
Blockbuster.
He sold me that bomb pop. He didn't have to do that.
So,
Yeah, that's a little too much beer, sir. Michael's making Irish car bombs. If you don't know what they are, it is Jameson whiskey, Irish whiskey, mixed with Guinness, which is it's a Irish beer, right? It's a stout, Irish stout, which I've never been the biggest fan of. I thought it looks tasty, but it's not, in my
It
opinion.
looks like a man's
It's really
drink.
not tasty, you guys. And in honor of Michael making this, I am gonna go home when this is over, and I'm gonna make everybody here a Royal Pecan so they know what hate tastes
A
like.
Royal Pecan. How are you from Texas and you say pecan?
Yeah.
I
Pecan
named
is Texan.
Yeah.
Pecan?
Pecan. A slice
Pecan?
of pecan pie.
Yeah, pecan.
That's
pie.
Texan.
That's why I did it.
How?
sure.
I like.
Pecan is definitely like Southern.
I
don't
made
know.
the drink, so it's
Anybody ever?
I
been
guess it
to-
does sound like a Southerner would say pecan.
Anyone ever been to the Sealy, Texas, or Seguin, Texas?
both.
Seguin is like a town right outside of San Antonio. It's home of the world's largest pecan. Yeah, fun fact.
How big is it?
It's like a fucking like a bat, almost like the size of a volleyball.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
I'm
sounds.
not.
I guess maybe I say pecan because my family is like, on my dad's side, they're like coon asses. They're Cajun. Like,
They got one of them.
That sounds fun to
pecans.
me.
yeah, no, they cook great, and they sound like my grandpa, like my great grandpa. His name, we called him Papa Gardner, and he'd say things like share, like it's like
I do
deer. It's
declare.
like my deer.
yeah, very what's it called, debonair kind of talking.
I'm glad you described it because in my head I was thinking like the guy that taught the water boy to be the water boy. I was like, wait, that can't be good.
that's the
you were
hick
thinking
coon
like
ass.
super-
Only where you
down
make
home Creole
only
when
where you make it.
I'm well, Mikey.
You like to see homeless dudes naked? No. He did kind of look like him though.
Did he have like the
No.
overalls with one down? Like
No, I think he did wear
no
overalls.
shirt under.
No, he still had a shirt. He would wear, but he did wear overalls, and he was very southern. He dip and spit, and he was very country. I grew up in a trailer park. Actually, it wasn't even a trailer park. My grandparents. So originally, my grandparents lived in an apartment, and due to our circumstances, I was living with them, and actually, my cousins were living with them. So it was me and my two cousins. We basically shared a room, and then eventually. My grandpa's brother George, he lived in a trailer that was on this plot of land that was also a storage facility, like almost like you store it,
I love those
like
places.
those buildings. And basically his job was to take on new, like anyone came by and wanted to store stuff, they had to handle the paperwork and maintenance and stuff. And then my grandparents kind of took on that job, and we started living in that trailer. So we just lived on this, and we had one trailer on this plot of a bunch of storage units. So like we had this go-kart, and we would just we would burn it around the storage units because it's just gravel, and it was fucking awesome. I remember one time we had a big yard with a tree in the middle of it, and I just fucking burnt it as hard as I could around the tree, and I tore the fucking yard up, and it never was the same after that. It just had like a giant circle because I destroyed it by basically doing a big ass. It was like a giant donut because I was going so fast. I had the cart almost sideways the whole time. My grandpa was fucking pissed. I'm sorry. It's so it was really fun to burn it on one of those go-karts, like a gas-powered fucking go-kart. Those things are awesome.
Yeah, man.
You can go 45 miles an hour.
There's no doors. There's no windshield. It's just you and freedom.
And then some
you're a
bars.
teenager. Yeah.
My godfather.
It was a roll cage.
builds
Yeah.
them.
I had this friend whose parents were millionaires, and he had this his parents had this property that if you were to see this property, you would be like, dope. I wish I lived here. This is
Can I just live on the property? I don't even got to get in the house. Just let me
All right.
live out here.
Their house.
You talking about Lee?
I'm talking about Alex.
Okay.
Their house was 3 stories. The house's garage was built under this hill.
Badass.
And the hill led up to the 2nd floor. So you could go into the 1st floor at the bottom of the hill and then climb up the hill on this side and be on the 2nd floor.
Oh, cool.
Everything was made out of stone and marble and shit. They had this giant fucking sliding glass door to go out onto the hill.
An infinity window
Whatever it's called. It was dope.
that just slides all the way across.
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole
An
wall was a
infinity
fucking
window.
sliding door. You go outside, they had a fucking tennis court, they had a swimming pool, they had a fucking golf course. It wasn't a full-on golf course, but still,
It was probably 6 holes or some shit like that.
Yes.
it was, yeah, it was
It's pretty dope.
You know how many acres
Richie
you need
Rich.
for 6 holes? Yeah.
So
we know that.
Yeah.
the first day we met this guy, he was like, y'all want to come back to my house and play some flaming tennis? And we were like, bro, what the fuck is flaming tennis?
Is that a video game?
I know that. I used to do it. I used to light tennis balls with gasoline.
You light tennis balls with lighter fluid, and you just play tennis. It was nighttime.
Really?
You just fucking play
That's
tennis. Cool. Yeah, it was dope.
We did the same thing in the hood, though. We called
Bro.
it fireball, and we would just throw.
We should do that.
We'd have baseball
Sounds
gloves,
awesome.
baseball gloves, and a batting glove. And you just sit there, catch it, throw it.
So
That's
I
pretty
know
dope.
you know Lee.
Racquetball for
Hold
the
on,
fire.
Let me finish my story real quick because it segues into what you were talking about. So there was this one time, it was around about Christmas. I think it was right after Christmas. We were really drunk, just chilling on his property, and his parents had just gotten this golf cart for Christmas. So we were just fucking around in this golf cart, and I'm so drunk, I accidentally rammed this hoe directly into a tree.
Oh my god.
It was fucking crazy. That was the last time I was allowed on the golf cart. Needless to say.
Tragic,
So-
bro.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm with y'all on the country friends doing crazy stuff stories. This guy, I went to high school with. His name was Lee Ralston, and his people was paid. He used to, how the cars pull around to pick you up from school. The car they used to pull around to pick him up from school never had his parents in
It
it.
had Jarvis and shit.
And he would just basically get into the back, and we'd be like, "Where the fuck? Like, that's a different car," you know. And one day he invited us to his crib for the weekend, and we're thinking we're going to his house. We're going to his house in Waco. You know, like he's we're going to the Waco house. So
Yeah, that's a nice little cool 6-hour drive.
We're riding in the bed of this big F1, you know, the big F-150s with the dualies.
Super Duty.
And, you know, we're riding in the back. They got a dog tied to the chain. I'm like, these guys really be in the country. Like, so we're out there. We're gunning it. And the first thing we do when we get there, he's like, oh, yeah, they fixed the go-kart. So I'm like, yeah. And I'm scared to drive this thing because Lee's crazy. And the way he drives, the fact that we didn't hit anything let me know, like, yeah, if you drive, Mark, you're going to hit some shit. So we chilled out. And they're doing shit like shooting quarters with 22s and trying to shoot.
That is some country ass shit.
They were, what did they set on fire, bro? They had a burn
white
pile.
boys, man.
Like, they had a whole burn pile. And
Just shit that they were planning
I'm
on
sorry, I
burning.
assumed he's white.
he's white as fuck.
I'm like, that sounds like a white guy. Bro, I don't know what it is about being white. I love burning shit.
Lee
Bro, that's
has
what they
this
did.
sister that, bro,
Breaking glass,
she's
burning
badass.
shit. It's
And you
awesome.
wouldn't even know she was a girl. Her name's Ryan. She's got the lesbian haircut. At this point in time, you know, lesbians weren't even a thing. So we're just like, man, Lee's brother's cool. He's like, nah, that's my sister. So, and she rides off on this 4-wheeler, like, into this field. We never see her again. He's like, yeah, she's going to the woods. I think they're going to fix my treehouse.
What the
Wow.
fuck?
So I'm like, yo,
My
Lee, let's go. Let's get into something. And
She's going to the woods.
we get hungry. It's like 8, 9
She
o'clock.
meets her
but
girlfriend.
It's dark. You can see the sky, and you're like, yeah, you can't see shit. And yeah, we're going into
Bless
town.
you.
You want something from Dairy Queen? I was like, not really. And like, there's not another place for 20 miles. So it's Dairy Queen. I'm like, all right.
Or nothing else. Like,
DQ.
Do you remember as a kid how your mom or your parents knew what you wanted? So they'd be like, we're going to blah, blah, blah. And you'd just be like, yeah, I want that. And they got it for you how you wanted it.
Yeah, I want the Hunger Buster,
This
please.
is when I remember, like, this is what it's like being an adult. You gotta take care of yourself. They came back with the nastiest burger. It's got jalapenos and guacamole, these fat cut tomatoes. I'm like, what the fuck is this, Lee? He's like, oh, you ain't had a trash can burger?
a trash can
Bro.
burger. Bro, no deal.
Sir.
There's no way he actually
And
called
they
it a
had,
trash can
they
burger.
had a tray full of burgers and a tray full of fries. And I just remember thinking, like, I'm about to eat all these fucking fries.
Because I ain't eating no goddamn trash can burger.
I don't like guacamole.
It's like, oh, I forgot to tell you, those are dumpster fries.
So yeah, they do it different in the country, bro. And you couldn't tell him. We didn't want to leave. We didn't want to leave.
My godparents live out in, like, Schulenburg area. And I remember they have a old school country house. I'm talking with the full that he built himself, right? With
I
the
see the
full
rocking
fucking
chairs.
it had the rocking chairs, the columns in the front, the patio that went around the entire house, and then it was like kitchen door, and then
I'm
it went
thinking
up
white
the
picket
second
fence.
story. No picket fence. You have to drive down a dirt road to another dirt road, and then find this road in between these hedges, and then you're on the property, and it's just like it's almost like a fucking, it reminds you of a plank, like on a castle, because you're going down the side road, but it's just the road, right? And then on next to it is this big, huge thing of water, and on the other side are all these thorn bushes, and it's like a drop off, right? I've fallen into that hole on a bicycle all the time. Yeah, I learned how to ride a bike out there. But yeah, so on the other side is the tank. The tank is what he built himself too. It's this big water reservoir, and that's where they filter their water from for the fucking house and shit. And then they have chickens and shit in the background. I remember, so I'm playing with the fucking chickens, chasing them around.
Chickens are fun.
They're like,
are.
they're like, don't get them too agitated, otherwise they won't lay any eggs. He ain't gonna have no breakfast tomorrow. I'm like, oh shit, all right. And then we go in the back, and in the back is like this big, huge fucking. It looked like a barn house, but he's like, no, this is the garage. And in the garage, he had like Ford Model Ts that he was like rebuilding, and like they worked and shit. And in the back was 4-wheel, like go-karts. That was his job. He built go-karts. There's a go-kart shop out there in Weimar, which is right next to Schulenburg.
Okay.
And people go and get custom go-karts built by him.
You guys missed a huge wow moment. When he said Model Ts, these are the same cars that people, when they first robbed banks, these were the getaway cars. They were getting away in fucking Model Ts, y'all. Like,
That's what started NASCAR.
It was the first automobile.
Bonnie and Clyde were shooting people off the backs on the sides of these Model Ts. Yeah, so...
Yeah, that was cool as shit. And then in the very, very back, behind the go-kart shit, he's like, come to the back. And this is my godparents' kid. They have like 6 kids, right? And the oldest was like my age. His name was Lucas. And so we go in there and they have fucking 4-wheelers. And he's like, yeah, and we own all the property just out in the back. And like we go da 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 da. So I'm like, first time on a 4-wheeler, I'm like, and he's just like, he starts yelling at something. Like, I take off in front of the group, and I hear him yelling something. Hey, watch out! Yeah, and I'm going, and the brush is so high that I think it's the ground, and it's not. It's a fucking hole.
So you probably just shifted too.
Yeah, I'm fucking maxed. And I fall. The thing goes head first into the hole. The fucking hole takes the fucking 4-wheeler and throws me like fucking 50 feet. And I'm like rolling. Of course, there's all those like fucking little, what are those, little chiggers?
Little spurs?
Chiggers.
Fucking suck.
Yeah, man.
Fucking rolling, like
They're all
covered
up
in
in your
those. Like,
oh my god.
so I learned a valuable lesson about 4-wheelers that day.
That
Chiggers are cunts.
that stuff. That
Yes.
story.
They are cool.
That story reminds me of I had a cartoon moment when I was a kid. So we lived in another trailer park, but this was a fairly nice one. They were doing construction, and I see they were building a big pile of sand, and that's another story. A giant pile of sand, like huge, like 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
20 feet round.
They're probably sand installs.
Yeah, they're about to put it down and redo the pavement or whatever.
Yeah, put it inside the rebar.
I'm literally walking up the ramp. You know how it's like a wheelchair ramp almost. I'm walking up the ramp, and I'm not looking where I'm going. I'm just looking at the construction. I keep walking, steady walking forward while looking. And then all of a sudden, I just fall over the side. I don't fall. I walk straight off the side of the porch. And I literally, I just imagine the porch. And I fall like sideways like this.
I'm picturing like, you know,
like
when
immediately side.
you know, in like cartoons where the guy keeps walking once he's
kinda
over
like
the edge of the cliff. Is that what you were like?
No, except as soon as I took that first step, I went sideways and landed on some cinder blocks.
Damn.
I just I don't think I could, like, thank God, bro. As a kid, I took some hits.
Yeah.
Bro, I fell on, it's like at least 5 feet on my side on these cinder blocks and I was just like, and just rolled up. Like,
I just
like scrambled to my feet to make sure no one saw me. I'm just like holding my side while I run back into the house. I'm just like,
I picture Jordan like the Wile E. Coyote. Like, he walks, and then next thing you know, there's like no ground, and he looks, and then like half of his body goes.
you were saying, yeah.
Before I learned how to power slide, busting ass was just what I thought happened when you got to the bottom of a hill, bro. Like, no lie. And there's this, okay, if any of you've ever been to TSU, you know what I'm talking about. That little...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So all of my friends, you know, they can power slide, so by the time they get to that last hump, they're slowing down, and they slow down enough that they touch the wall, but they ride down the ramp. I could not. So I'm slamming into this thing. My knees are hitting this. My side's hitting it. I'm going over the edge, and I'm still hobbling down the hill. So just thinking about, like, dang, what were we doing to ourselves?
Bro, it didn't happen to me, but this is how I know people can fucking... So we were smoking weed on top of my elementary school. Because we would go, they had like, you know, the portable buildings, right, in the back.
The T-buildings.
Yeah, so we climbed up the wood rails and got on top of them, and then got on top of the school. And there's a park, a full-on park with a gazebo and softball field, tennis courts and track and all that shit right next to us. They had some like softball game going on. It's nighttime. So we're actually sitting there watching the teams play softball while we're smoking. Then it starts raining. So we're like, oh shit, we need to get out of here. And the softball people kind of disperse. And then all of a sudden, there's 2 cop cars in the front of the fucking elementary school. We're like off, like we're in the center towards the front. So we start fucking hauling ass to the back, right? And then we get to the back, and then we look, and we can see the cops coming on the other side. So we can't use the T buildings to get down. We have to jump the side of the elementary school, and there's a fence in a neighborhood right there. So we're gonna jump the side, and then jump the fence and into the neighborhood, right? So we're getting off. I'm up there. I fucking like toss my, like I hold my girlfriend, and it's like 10 feet.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, like 10, yeah, maybe 12, maybe. It's daunting when you're standing up on there because your eyes are like 5 feet above that level, right? So it's like I toss Lily down, and she's good. And then my friend Damien, my little brother, my friend Damien tries to go and tries to hang down, but as he's going to like hang down, he slips and falls, lands right on his back.
Damn.
And then he just is stuck there because he knocks the wind out of him, right? My brother's like, Damien! And then he like gets like steps a little too further over. And then he like, whoa, and he looks at me and he tries to grab onto me, and I was like, and I just take a step back. I literally step back and just watch his hand just go, and then he falls. But as he falls, he hits the ground on his side. But he hit it so hard, he bounced right back onto his feet. Like it was like, boom, and he's on his feet, and then he starts running, and then he realizes he's fucked up. And he's like, oh! So I'm up at the top, dying laughing because you got my brother down, and Lily, my girlfriend's like, what do I do? And I'm just dying laughing because Damien's out, my brother's down. I have to go and then I get both of them up and try to get them over the fuck. We ended up escaping though.
That was fucking hilarious, man. You said knocking the wind.
Yeah.
So there was a hurricane or a storm when I was living with my grandparents at the same place, with the yard and the storage unit. There was also some woods behind. So there was a bunch of trees, and this one tall tree had fallen over, and I'm like climbing up into the trees like 10, 15 feet up, maybe even higher. It's pretty fucking high up. And I'm just up there, and then I make a joke about, falling, and then I fucking fall. And I don't fall regularly. I fall like I'm flailing, and then I hit a branch on my chest, and it literally hits me in the chest so hard, I literally go straight to my back, and I hit the forest floor like, boom, just like, and then I literally stand up like this, and this is all you hear is like me trying. I'm like, I think I'm gonna die, and then all of a sudden, like I catch my breath. I'm like, Jesus. Like, I thought I was dead. I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't feel a thing.
You just the wind knocked out of you.
I didn't feel a fucking thing.
I
was like,
I thought I was
let's
dead
fucking go
story.
home.
This, and I was really young, 5th, 6th grade, and I remember this guy, fat ass Darnell. Keep to this day, you would only recognize Darnell by being fat as hell. And if you went to school with me, you know who I'm talking about, Fat Darnell. Goddammit.
Yeah, in our school, his name was Corbin.
So we had these really cool
Corbin Dallas.
Yeah, we had these really cool play sets. So we would jump off them hoes. Darnell landed on me, y'all. He was like 100 and something pounds. I'm like 9. So when I literally, I remember getting up, running in circles, and not breathing the whole time I'm running, just until that breath came. I was like, "You fat motherfucker! You almost killed me. I thought I was dead."
I've had we would play indoor soccer at school, like in the gym, and it would get intense. And I remember I was running up, and I kicked the ball towards the goal. The guy missed it, and as I'm running up to him, he kicks the ball, and I'm talking about from Mark and is to me, and he kicks the fucking ball and just hits me right, boom, and then knocks me down. Fucking knocked the wind out of me. I fucking hate that. Hey, y'all ready to take these,
bro?
Man, yeah, let's do it.
I've got one.
Oh, it's also Bailey's in it too, right?
I don't remember exactly how old I was, but I think I was about like 10, 11, somewhere around, maybe 12. And I'm in this tennis court in this apartment complex that I used to live in. And on the tennis court, there's people just doing all kinds of different shit. There was a soccer ball, there was baseballs up there, just everything. So this guy,
the coach just dumps a bunch of balls. Have fun.
basically, except it was at this apartment complex.
Oh, okay, it was a
Yeah.
complex. My bad.
So, this guy is kicking this soccer ball around, and I'm going to grab the ball, and he sees me grabbing for it, and just when I'm grabbing for it, he runs up, and as just hard as he can, he tries to kick the ball, and he kicks me in my hand, and I swear my hand blew up to like the size of a fucking softball. Like, it was fucking huge, like just this fucking big. I thought like
Jesus.
my hand was broken.
Fucking
like,
idiot.
shit was crazy. Yeah, I was pissed off. It was bad.
All right.
Bro,
So
hold on, I got a short one. I got punched in the throat by an albino named Damien.
yeah. Jesus.
I
That's
played the second half of a football match with a sprained ankle, scored a goal, and my foot was the size of a fucking cantaloupe.
When you say football, you do mean football, right? Or football.
You American.
Football.
Soccer.
Then don't say football. Say
soccer.
football.
Oh, don't describe it how more than
Football.
Football.
majority of the world
Football.
calls it football.
FOOTBOL.
It's FU, right? I thought it was
Yeah.
FU with an accent.
Yeah, it's FU.
Not
BOL. It's
Football
shit, Orca just hit me.
is
American
thick
football.
skin. Yeah, like
All right.
Y'all are
Football.
acting like y'all are teaching me something,
I'm just saying,
and
like,
none of you
You're over here
are.
calling it football.
Hey,
I can
just let
name
me-
more football teams on either side of it than all of you combined.
Not Michael.
So leave me alone.
I don't know about that, bro. Plus, a lot of them are the same team.
I bet you I can name more Care Bears than you, though.
Once I put this Bailey's in this thing,
We got to do
you
it.
gotta take it.
Because it's going to, what is it?
It'll curdle.
Curdle. Nah, I was like coagulate. That's blood.
Say what?
All right.
Yeah, what you?
Hey, yo, pass that shit.
yeah, like if you want us to take it immediately, you should.
Well, no, you're fine as long as you don't wait.
What is it that you need?
Yeah, it'll take like a minute or so.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take like 10 minutes before I take this.
I can hear you, man, but I need you to text me
What should I
because I'm
take? I
recording.
just drop it in, right?
I'm just going to pour mine in.
You can pour it. You can drop it.
Go, boys.
Just drop and go. Drop and go.
And then do you chug it?
Yeah.
Fucking
Drink it.
gross.
It wasn't that bad.
What's this called? A sidecar? I mean,
Irish Carbon. It wasn't that bad.
Aftertaste is pretty good.
I said drink it.
It's the Bailey's.
Who didn't take it?
Somebody's.
Blake's.
Hand me a napkin. Please.
Pour it in and chug. Just pour
that
it in
bad.
and chug.
Yeah, not bad at all.
I'm just
That was the first one. Bro, have you ever had Flamin' Dr. Pepper?
Yes.
It's beer, which I would probably use Budweiser, because it's like a good, just a good overall beer, and it doesn't really have any crazy taste to it. Then you take Amaretto, and you want either Bacardi 151 or like Everclear, something that's like above 75% alcohol, something that's gonna flame. And then you put like half a shot glass of Amaretto, and the rest you put on top is the very strong alcohol. And then 1 cup you put the beer, and then you light the top of the shot glass with the Bacardi 151 or Everclear. It lights, and then you drop it, and then you mix it around. And you drink it, and it actually does kind of taste like Dr. Pepper.
Sounds cool. I'm not really that experimental when it comes to my drinks.
Pam, Jacoby's ex-wife, was like, I want to do Irish car bombs. This is when we were on vacation.
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, my mom's still friends with her, though. So. You know, it's life, bro. It's like a sitcom.
Yeah.
Sometimes people you fucking hate are still in your life in
People
some
divorce
conceivable
each
way.
other. They don't divorce their friends.
And plus, my mom had been friends with Pam since before. Anyway, it's a whole bunch of drama. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she wanted Irish car bombs. We were getting fucking wasted that weekend.
Bro.
It was, bro, she was getting lit. She was on, bro, so I had gotten them shrooms through some conceivable way. And she was on shrooms. I think she had taken ecstasy pill. She was high as fuck, drunk as hell, drinking out of she had her Crown Peach. Man, she was living her best life.
Ecstasy's a mushroom. Ecstasy
Bro,
and
there was so
mushroom
much
is
drama.
a great combination.
It is.
But not with alcohol.
I don't know. I like.
man.
I,
And then weed.
once you're on mushrooms, though, like you really don't feel the.
But she took the mushrooms last.
Oh, that's why.
And I'm not a fan of Exos today. I've taken them, and they are not.
I've never tried Exos.
Like back in the day,
Okay.
they're all right.
Nah.
To me, they just feel like Adderall.
I'd rather
now.
just get really drunk. I'm good. I like Adderall. Actually, Adderall does what it's supposed to with me because I have ADHD.
Yeah, you take it, and it's
It
like
works.
I take it.
works.
I'm like, well, hi, how are you?
Oh, guys, I'm Jordan.
Regular.
Yeah. No, I'm like extra. Like I wouldn't be like super.
Chill.
No, I would be super chill.
Yeah,
No, I wouldn't be hyper. I would literally just be a matter of fact and like to the point and a bunch of stuff. Like when I was on Adderall,
of the circumference of this angle A.
the thing about string theory is, I don't know anything. DJ can go on longer with that fucking shit. That shit's ridiculous.
Yeah, bro. I like Irish car bombs because, I mean, in fucking Ireland, they fucking do them. But
It's a whole Guinness.
it's a
right?
whole fucking pint. And
Honestly, I'm feeling the buzz
Two
from
shots of each one, like a whole shot of each one, and you fucking just clanking in there, and you're like, ah, you put it all in a 21-ounce glass.
Yeah, it's a big boy.
Yeah, and you're just
I've had
And
to
you have to chug the whole fucking thing.
the whole thing,
in
bro.
Ireland, bro. If we ever go to Ireland, bro, we have to,
bro. And
and we have to
coolest-
clink so hard that some of the beer goes out.
Yeah, the coolest
Yeah, I'm
place
down.
is right next to this place, the Guinness distillery or the Guinness brewery. God, this fucking bar in there,
I'm
like,
obsessed with this fucking dog right now, man.
yeah, we got a special guest tonight,
It's Cora.
Cora. Kind of dog is she? Or I'm gonna
She's
use
a blackmouth cur.
Oh, let's see if Snapchat.
Don't
says
insult her like that.
That's what she is.
That just sound like an old 1920s insult.
think
Who the
I
hell
think she-
told you
I
that?
think she's a mix between a blackmouth cur and a pit bull.
She looks like she's got pit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
she
see it
does.
in her little mousy face.
Either pit or boxer.
But look up what blackmouth cur looks like.
Oh, okay. hold
My
on.
mom calls my dog a rat because she's got like a narrow head. It's a fucking begging ass rat.
My sister's
Cora-
dog looks like a rat.
Mark, can you turn your fucking phone off? Be a professional for once.
Hold on, let's see.
Off?
Yeah, off.
I couldn't
Oh,
do
yeah.
that if I wanted.
It's telling me what
Really?
I am.
Yeah.
Do you gonna get arrested if you turn it off?
One's for emergency that my family can reach me on.
It says
The
Pharaoh.
other
No,
one's
it's
at
only
work.
9% match.
I need
Cora.
Really?
Yeah. You heard my mom called earlier. It was about nothing, but
Says you got some 37% match for a pit bull terrier.
I like being reliable.
What, you
I
can
always-
scan the
I always
dog?
knew
Yeah.
that she. I always had
You
a
scan the
feeling that
dog?
she
Scan the
was
dog with
half
Snapchat.
pit.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
there's a dog scanner.
So he's gonna scan what she looks like and be like, oh, this is what it is.
That's how I was able to tell that Nymeria is a Weimaraner.
Oh.
And then when you look her up, like you're like, oh, that's what. let's see.
I always had a feeling that she was pit, but like
Yeah.
I don't know for certain because the circumstances in which I got her.
Her body is 81% boxer.
Really?
She does look like she is a part boxer too. Maybe boxer, pit bull
Boxer
mix.
pit?
Yeah,
That honestly
Look
looks.
up what a blackmouth cur looks
she
like.
does have a boxer face, bro. Let's see. Black
She's
Dog.
bored. She's almost got. She doesn't have the underbite though, which is
That is true. That's
that's a trademark for the boxer. What's your favorite breed of
yeah,
dog?
yeah.
Me, I like poodles. That's what I'm.
Poodles?
That does definitely, yeah.
So it's like I don't know. Like look,
Their
bro,
colors,
Go back to that other.
their
picture.
pedigree.
Golden
Like-
doodles
one.
maybe,
Look
but
at
not
her.
poodles.
Yeah.
What?
A full size poodle. That's what I'll do.
Let's see. Look, a full size poodle.
She does look like she has black on her mouth.
So do boxers and stuff.
Yeah. And so do some
See,
pits.
because she got.
That's
you know,
a poodle.
She does not look like that. Her body.
Body
I always
does.
think of the poodle with like the shaved parts, and it's like got the little tail at the little cotton piece at the end with the shaved tail. That's what I think when I think of poodles.
I
Yeah.
love this thing about.
My favorite breed are either the Japanese the Akita,
Yeah, they're
Or-
fluffy, right?
corgis,
You could scan cars with this.
pit bulls, or huskies.
Pits,
Plants.
I think, are a majority people
I
love.
love pit
pits,
bulls,
yeah.
or hate them. It's like a love or hate.
Yeah.
It's like either you're like, oh my god, you have a pit bull, or oh my god, you have a pit bull. Some people were just absolutely terrified.
Math
You saw that.
problems.
A chick, was it here?
Yeah, man.
Lady fell.
I came around the corner after walking her, and this lady was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" and took like 3 steps back and fell onto the hill.
Get out of here. Here?
I was
At this
yeah,
apartment?
right up here, and I was like, "Ma'am,
Oh my
like,
God.
I was
It's a
like,
demon
ma'am,
dog."
please relax. My dog is not gonna hurt you. Like, I'm sorry that you fell. Are you okay? But like, please relax. Like,
That's funny.
I don't know. Like, I feel like if she is a pit, she's the sweetest pit I've ever met.
No,
you know, like
girl pits, like my friend Jeremiah growing up, he was one of those guys where he was.
They're like
he's-
nanny
he's
dogs.
He's a white dude. He used to be a circus trainer, right? He used to train like exotic animals at a circus. The guy is dumb as shit, but he's fucking street smart than a motherfucker, right? White dude. He's like straight up like hood. Smokes Newports with the filter. He rips the filters off. And
my
smokes
God.
Newports like that.
Jesus Christ.
I let him stay in my parents' garage. His mom was a fucking SWAT team, HPD SWAT cop, you know? And he would fucking do hella drugs, right? And he was a criminal. Like he was an ex-felon. That's why he's no longer in the circus. So he'd be out and I'd let him sleep in my parents' garage and shit, you know, and like you just gotta be aware that my dad leaves for work at 5:30 every morning. Don't let him, you know. He's like, all right, no problem. So I called him my pit bull. Like I could literally tell him to go beat people up for me. Like that was like it was
fucking great.
It was legit like that. And 'cause
Knuckle sick balls.
And they don't know who Jeremiah is, right? Because he's like 6 years older than everybody in high school. So he just like, hey, what the fuck? He'll just beat somebody up on the street. No
fuck
questions
with
asked.
Michael.
But he was a crazy good trainer. And he found this. It was a blue pit. Her name was Lexi. And I swear to God, like, she was the sweetest pit bull ever. Like, you would let her sleep with a little baby. And she watches kids. And she was so smart. I swear she knew English. You could be like, Lexi, go wait by the refrigerator. She'd just go, just sit there. Like, Lexi, get on the couch. She'll just go get on the couch. Like, she knew what the, Lexi, you know, she knew, and she would do this thing where you went up to her and you went, and did that, she would do a backflip or a spring flip off of you. And she was...
That's impressive.
Yeah, she would do a spring flip off of you, and then you can go like this and just go, and she'd jump into your arms. Like, just
Oh,
jump
okay.
up into your arms
I
and
need
start
that in my
licking.
life.
Okay, now number one, Cora's not that smart, but she's pretty smart. I'll show
Yeah.
you her tricks later. But top 5 smartest dogs I've ever met. There was this guy I used to go to high school with. His name was Brett. Mm-hmm. And a friend of his family used to live with his parents. Like, once he went off to college, this family friend came and stayed with him.
Okay, yeah, cool.
And her dog, well, her dog's name was Lily. I think she was a terrier. But you could literally, like, she had a box full of toys. And you could literally call her toys out by name. You could be like, bring me your newspaper. And she would go to the box of toys, bring the paper newspaper, and bring it to you.
Wow. See, dogs are fucking
I
smart.
want some wine. She would go to the box, bring a glass of wine to you. Like, it was crazy. No, white wine, Lily. Like, it was that kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, Jeremiah used to be able to, like, you know, bring me my shoes. Like, he was like, hey, go get, but it would be like, go get me a specific, go get my work. Oh, shit.
Whose was that?
Happy
Mine.
St. Patty's.
God, Michael, I just cleaned.
First drink
today.
spill.
I just cleaned. The spray.
Yeah,
God
give me the
damn
spray.
it! I'll get the spray. Technical
spray.
difficulties. Boo!
All right, so what you guys didn't know is we're all roommates, and Jordan is the cleaner. I'm the witty chef.
sir, no, you are not.
Michael is the one
No.
that pays all the bills,
No,
and,
you're not.
and Garrett is the one that comes home, smokes all the, and goes
Yes, he
to
does.
sleep.
That's me.
Yes, he does, bro.
Michael just comes, drinks all the beer in the fridge, and leaves.
He's the next door neighbor, actually. He comes in through the back door.
Damn it! I can't find the spray.
From the third floor.
Thanks for telling me it's over here, fucking surf. Oh,
So yes, I
It's
meant
okay,
to
it
talk to
doesn't
you
happen
guys.
often.
So much has transpired
At least
since
it
the last
just-
we spoke to you, and
At least it just hit the floor and not like
you want some?
anything else.
when it comes down to is
It
this.
also hit my shoe.
Oh, sorry. My bad,
Son
bro.
of a bitch.
My bad, dude.
What
But
were you saying?
I got my leg.
Bro, I'm gonna be that guy. I'm just gonna stand during the podcast. How about that?
No one can see you. So
No one can see me, so it doesn't matter. But you guys know I'm standing,
We
so
do.
it's a little weird, right?
Ladies and gents, he is standing. It is a little awkward. He's just
We don't have to
awkwardly-
address it. We don't have to address it, guys. See, Michael, this is what happens when you pour yourself another drink.
And don't pour me.
Actually, that drink was for DJ.
Oh, okay. This is why that happened, because you didn't pour.
So let's blame DJ, guys. I want to blame
Yeah,
DJ.
DJ's a blackmouth cur, bro.
Oh, fuck. That's why it definitely does sound insulting.
It does.
It really does.
It does, actually.
I think cur is an insult, right?
I think it
I
is.
think that's like
A
maybe
cur is a
type of
dog.
maybe
yeah.
they're calling you a dog.
A lot of the people
Oh,
on some
shit.
country shit that I know about, they'll feed their curs blood. So when they hunt with them, they
What's,
I know the scent of blood.
Star Wars. Fucking Snoke calls General Hux a rabid cur. That's why he keeps a rabid cur like him around. That's what he's telling. That's what he tells Kylo Ren. Speaking of Star Wars,
that's
Yeah,
one of
is there
my
anything
favorites,
new?
bro.
huh? Oh, Last Jedi.
Yeah, actually. I mean, the reason I like it so much is because it tied everything together.
Oh
did
my
not.
god, it
God
did
damn
not
it.
at all.
Before you said you liked it because it was like the highest grossing one or something.
Bro, yeah, you
bullshit
keep
like
changing
that.
your excuse. I feel like you go home, you're like, what am I gonna say next to piss him off,
I took a
Jordan.
picture.
bro?
It's not about you.
I took a picture. Oh man,
Then why'd you bring it up?
I'm sorry. I love that movie.
So if you take,
I feel like you're trying hard not to smile right now.
Because when I looked
love
at
that
G,
movie.
I knew that he was gonna do that laugh, and that laugh makes me laugh. So that's
you say that every time too, and that's bullshit. That's a cop out excuse.
Exactly, because I know I use that excuse when someone's like, I know you're lying, and I like kind of laugh, and I'm like, I'm laughing because you're laughing. You're lying.
They always pick on me like this. If you're wondering,
Because every time
guys.
I've lied to Linda so much, I think she can see through most of my lies now.
Yeah, that's what happens when you do it. You
But-
gotta change up your tails every time.
I do, and with the mask it helps because I just have to keep my eyes straight, like because sometimes she'll know if I'm smiling
Yeah.
even with the mask. God damn it!
You can see your
'Cause I'll
cheekbones.
just tell her shit, and she's like, "Really?"
It's because when you smile, you squint a
Your
little.
eyes squint. Yeah.
That's funny.
Speaking of the
But yeah.
mask shit, guys, let's talk about this mask shit going on right now. We're in Texas. We're the only state that's like, yeah, you don't have to wear a mask.
You know what's crazy
Except
though?
for the-
It's still a little confusing.
Some places say you still have to wear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Bedrock.
HEB. Bedrock.
HEB says you still have to wear it.
Yeah, that's
Oh, I
their.
didn't know that.
So
I've been wearing it.
They initially said that they didn't care. Like they took all the mandatory mask signs down
Yeah.
the first day, and I guess they threw them away because they didn't put them back up. But they came out publicly and recanted that and said that they are going to require masks in HEB.
I have
But
a
if you go in there and everybody's wearing a mask,
my regulars. They said that one of their their brother-in-law or something, he had got COVID. Him and his whole office had gotten COVID apparently because someone came in without a mask, but they had masks on. But they still got COVID because that one person came in.
the masks really don't do anything. It's really more of like a self-awareness thing. Because if you looked up the stats, unless you got one of those N95
Yeah.
masks, or you have a mask that you have put a coffee
Mine-
filter into
mine
it,
has a filter
or
in
put
it.
a filter in, it's only protecting you from 3% or less of the things around you, so you can
Yeah.
still catch COVID.
The mask I thought was supposed to be more to prevent you from getting other people sick.
Correct, but it doesn't really matter because the masks aren't really doing anything.
Yeah, people are still getting it.
You can
Even
talk to
people
any,
wearing masks.
You can talk to any doctor, like Mrs. Lowe that comes in there.
Yeah.
She's like, those.
You think maybe it's reducing the amount of cases?
It might be helping a little bit, yes. I'm not denying the fact that it's not helping maybe stem the curve, but as far as its efficiency, like Miss Lowe was telling me when the COVID first broke out, she's like, those fucking blue and white surgical masks you wear, she's like, they don't do shit. They're really supposed to keep the fucking, when the doctor, like, you know, any
spitting on
spittle or anything getting into the fucking patient. But it's really not meant to protect you from airborne viruses or anything like that. So it, like, I consider it as like a personal awareness type of thing. Like, you have a mask on, you should also be 6 feet away from me. I'm okay with the 6 foot social distancing. I don't want no motherfucker breathing on the back of my neck.
I
in a
just
line
don't want them making
anymore.
rules for everybody to follow now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, they technically didn't. The
All
governor
those other
technically-
there's a bunch of other countries that have almost no issues with it now.
Yeah, well,
Seems like they
Australia has 0 cases now. Like, they've had it for months now. Like, almost 6 months. 0 cases. So,
What's happening here?
people just...
People are saying it's the Chinese attacking us still.
Maybe. It's probably the horrors,
I've actually
though.
heard someone say that.
I mean, I don't.
They have a 2049 plan, which is real.
I feel like
It's actually known in the CIA community.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel like
a
that's
thing.
all propaganda. Honestly, I don't feel like the Chinese are going out of their way to fuck with us.
Didn't they cyber attack us recently? I'm
No,
not
that was Russia.
No. Here's what happened. When we...
I just watched a video.
during the beginning of the
say
COVID,
that.
like this time last year, when we shut everything down and the stocks plummeted, guess who bought all those shares? Corporations in China. Now our stock market is back. So guess who's reaping in all the benefits? Those 18 different corporations in China. Because they bought them at the lowest, and now they've regained their value. And they were able to buy them in the hundreds of thousands of shares. Because our stock basically crashed. We lost 23,000 points.
Look, I don't have
on
a
the
problem
Dow.
with Chinese people.
I don't have a
or
problem with
Asian
Chinese
people at
people.
all.
Or-
Stop Asian
but-
hate.
But but there it is known. Like I heard, and I mean, you can fact check me, but I heard that China is on. They're trying to become a world superpower. They're basically trying to become the world superpower.
They want to be the global
and
economic
to do
superpower.
that, they have to dethrone the world superpower, which is us, basically.
Yeah, we are currently.
Currently number 1 until the next futures come out this year. Because then China will probably have a better
I
economy
don't
than
want to
we
have
do.
to learn Chinese, guys.
I don't
Me
either.
It's so
Well,
difficult.
we'll
I don't-
fucking start.
What is our country really number 1 in?
Military.
Nigga, if you think about it, anywhere you go in the world,
Yeah.
I was just asking.
they number 1 accept English currency, like American currency.
Speak English.
Speak English. Yeah, exactly. That was gonna be my number
Sorry.
2. Speak English. So yeah,
You want to know
we're-
number 3?
What's the number 3?
That the COVID-19 vaccine here in this country is acceptable internationally throughout any of the 273 other countries
Oh,
in
and
the
also
world.
medical.
And so,
We're the number 1 in the world in the
but
medical
all
field.
the other countries, like if you get a vaccine in Germany, you're not getting into France with that
What?
vaccine. You'd have to get the vaccine from France. They are not international translated. Even England. If you get an English vaccine and you come over to America, we don't recognize it.
Are we number 1 in medicine? That might be untrue.
I think so, bro.
Well, I know we're also number 1 in people incarcerated.
You mean the surgical field, or do you mean in
Medicine.
medicine?
I know the Houston Medical Center is one of the top in
In the world.
Yeah.
Like if you get cancer, you go to MD Anderson. It doesn't matter where you're from. You go to MD Anderson Cancer Center. But yeah, I don't want to have to learn Chinese either. I don't think it'll come to that because we'll start fighting or whatever. And I don't have anything against the Chinese people as a people, but I mean after the Batman: The Dark Knight.
So we're not number 1, but
You
we
know.
are high up there.
After Batman: The Dark Knight, and that dude, Batman had to go into Beijing to go get that motherfucker and bring him back here. After that, I don't trust the business people.
It's actually we'd be better if our healthcare was better.
That's
Our
what it
healthcare is one of the worst.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
yeah, we
yeah.
fuck our military soldiers when they come home over. We
Yeah, the VA sucks.
Oh,
as a
our
veteran.
healthcare system.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Ah,
health,
yeah,
like
yeah.
we have really great
Yeah, our medical
Treatment.
yeah,
It's good.
It's great. Yeah,
but very expensive.
Yeah.
Very.
Watch those pancakes move in my throat.
In Canada, it's free
for everyone.
for everyone.
Yeah, and then they want to call them socialists. Like it's like no,
No.
they just care about their citizens.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah, we should have
yeah.
got Bernie. Just saying.
Should have got Bernie.
Bernie would have been cool.
He would have been cool.
Weed would have been legal already.
Already.
Like,
Show.
we would have become legal on election
yeah,
day.
like yeah,
He's like, I'm smoking a joint at
yeah,
inauguration.
like. Bernie
You don't have
comes
to
up,
wait.
Crip walking on the stage. Like,
He thought I was crippled.
with his mittens on and shit. Like,
Snoop Dogg's introducing
Yeah.
him and shit.
that would be dope.
Oh fuck, bro.
God.
Yeah, what does the world come to now? Like,
I don't know. It's fucking. It feels like it gets weirder every year.
I don't know. At least we have the choice now to go and out and do stuff if we want. Hey, welcome,
going on?
special guest.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Ooh, Orko.
It's Orko's here, guys.
Taking over.
Yeah. So, what's your stance on the whole COVID thing?
He's got that sexy voice. Sexy.
You know, I think I'm ready for you over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
At work, it's been quite annoying. Gotta be honest.
Breathing into a mask all day.
I don't care about the mask. I can respect if you like care about COVID and you want to stay safe, or if you don't care about COVID and you just don't give a shit.
It's your choice, right?
It's your choice. But the people that come in to a busy ass restaurant and then get mad that it's busy, like you
Yeah.
couldn't have just ordered to go and fucked off.
Yeah.
Hate those people.
I feel that.
I think we should have Orko on.
There's a lot of people in here, but we have the.
Y'all haven't turned
clientele-
everybody
Every day.
away.
That's the thing. You guys have what I would say a pretty liberal clientele. We have very. No wait, am I thinking of it backwards? Which
Yeah.
one is the ones that are like we
Conservative.
should get away from the mask?
Those are
Conservative.
That's
conservatives.
conservative.
Conservatives.
It's like all the
No,
old
the
people.
people we serve are conservative.
Yeah, because all
Same
the
with
old
us.
people that
Really?
should have masks on
I was
don't
getting-
have masks. But they're all getting vaccinated too, so they're all like, I got my
Like,
vaccine.
it's so good to see people in here again.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, thank you.
And I hate it when they're always like, so how's it been? I'm like,
Right, bro.
it's like, have you not been with us for the entire last year? You know it's shitty for me. Don't try to throw it in my face.
So
now.
how's business? I'm like, Christ.
It's like,
Can we not
God
do
damn it.
this?
Yeah, like, bro,
Order
you
your
know,
po' boy.
Just put,
Order your po'.
order your po' boy, old man.
Jesus
Man,
Christ.
that does sound dope as fuck right now.
Po' boy.
Yeah,
Po'
like
boy.
a shrimp po' boy.
Poor
Bro,
boy.
have you had one of ours?
Have you ever heard it called that, G? A poor boy?
Poor boy.
I have heard it called a po'
Do you know
boy.
why it's called a poor boy?
Because only poor boys used to be able to eat them.
Well, yeah. No, it was because all the they would serve them to I don't know, like
To plebeians.
to poor people,
Yeah.
and it would have mostly bread and like veg and very little meat on it.
Like those Anton ones when it's like, oh, we got it's got
Got
like
2 heads of lettuce and 2
bacon,
old
or
tomatoes
it's got like
and
ham, but
a
the
slice
ham's,
of bacon.
the ham's chopped up really fine and shit, and just like
Sprinkled
sprinkled in there.
sparsely.
No, they just put spread meat on it. Like, yeah, there you go. There's the meat, and the rest is lettuce.
A giant pickle.
One long pickle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God damn.
man, the Rockets just need to blow up that entire team, bro. They just traded PJ Tucker.
I'm not even a fan anymore. I'm with the Nets. They're gonna win.
You flip flopped to the Nets.
I'm with the Nets. We're gonna
Aw,
win.
you're a traitor, bro.
I want Harden to get his
Fuck James Harden.
dude. I want
Fuck
him to get
him.
his
Fuck
ring.
him.
They're a great team.
He
Screw
could have. He
him.
could have been a real man. Just waited. He fucking shows up like
He's a
50 pounds
Poonanny.
overweight, and he goes from shooting fucking 40 points a game to 16. Like
He's
fuck
fat
you.
now?
Oh no, he got it back since he said he wanted to go to Brooklyn, and the Rockets were like, no, you're under contract.
Because he
And
thinks he's
we're-
going to meet Captain America or something?
Yeah, we're like building this team around you. We just hired this new coach, and he's like, I don't like the coach. I'm going to Brooklyn. And the Rockets were like, no, you're not. And so then the season starts, and he shows up like fucking overweight. His first game, guess how many points he scored his first game?
2.
6.
Wow. That's,
2.
That's more than I thought.
But
Bro.
still, when you're averaging 38
Yeah.
points a game, and you're MVP, and you're going to shoot,
They've rebuilt the team around this guy 5 times.
No.
Oh, we're gonna give him a powerful.
I don't think they did, bro, because look, they brought people in, and those people chose to leave Houston. So there's a right. So if you have
That's my point.
5 people, if you have Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, who they were friends with, Trevor Ariza, Dwight Howard, all these guys requested trades away from the city while under contract.
Because
If you have 4 people and then there's one dude, there's a common denominator there. Everybody thought that it was oh fucking Dwight Howard can't play with James. He don't like James. Oh, Russell Westbrook, playing with James ended his friendship. He didn't like James now. Oh, da 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 da. Maybe they didn't like James because he's a fucking asshole or for some reason. We
Bro,
don't
He
know what
doesn't
it's
look
like.
like a nice guy.
You
Houston
don't look-
is
He looks like an
weak
asshole.
in terms of longevity.
No, that's not true because it depends on what you're looking at. Look at the Astros. They're fucking signing people to like 5-year deals, 6-year
Houston's
deals.
basketball team
Oh, Houston's
is
basketball.
weak in terms of longevity, bro. We can't get it together, and it's not his fault. And just like you
It's
said,
the
if all of
management's
these
fault.
great players could go on and say, "Hey, I'm requesting a trade away from here," why can't he?
Because he's under contract.
I'm I'm just saying he played through the good and the bad times, bro. As good as it's gonna get. Sailed ship 2 seasons ago.
It's not good as it's gonna get because the good times are still fucking rolling in fucking Brooklyn.
Who are we excited to get in Houston?
What? Who?
Who are we excited to get?
No, we don't have anything because we built the team around him. And these other guys requested trades, and the management was like, "We'll give you the fucking trade, all right? We need to make James happy. We need to make James happy. We need to make James happy." And then he's not happy, and he requests a trade, and they're like, "Look, bro, you just signed a 4-year extension, $113 million. Like, we're gonna have to like sell you now to other teams."
They underbid for him. Initially, he's a $200 million man.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Nobody in the NBA is currently being paid or will be a $200 million man.
From the get-go, we knew
LeBron James
from that
isn't even
deal
making
he
that
did,
much.
He was $200 million plus for us. And we knew to get the best of everything we could, we would trade to get something that he needed. And that's what he was always hinting, oh, I need a big man. We got Dwight. He was soft.
We got 2 big men this season. We got Boogie and Christian Wood.
I'm just going through the list, man. Like,
Hey,
I need
from-
somebody else to dish it to. I need somebody else that's gonna finish. I need somebody that's quick on both sides. We done got rid of Paul Westbrook and who else did you name? And like, bro, he needs to go somewhere else where he can thrive.
Oh no, I wanted him to go. I wanted him to get the fuck out of Houston.
I'm glad he chose the East Coast.
I'm not.
I'm glad he chose the East Coast.
I mean, it's just I'm not on board with the whole big super team anyway thing. You know, like
when LeBron made the switch, it made me look at some things and take notice to some things. And I'm no longer a LeBron hater, bro. And that being said, people moving away from their comfort zone, out of this and that, and going against the odds, usually makes for great basketball. And
To me,
who does
it's
he
not
have on
about-
his team now?
oh yeah, he's got the greats, but
Kyrie, KD.
to me, it's
KG.
not about him moving. It's about how he did it. I don't give a fuck if he wants a trade, and you're under contract, and the team is like, you're committed to us, we were committed to you, and you want to trade, and we're not gonna do the trade. And then you're gonna fucking be a little baby and cry, and then fucking gain 50 pounds, and then act like you don't know how to play basketball.
Bro, it was legit 50 pounds.
50 pounds, bro. Look
Bro.
at him now. Look, like
He
there's
did look pretty chunky.
There's a picture of him. Look, I'll show you the picture.
I feel like we're bordering on ranting now, guys. We should go ahead and wrap this podcast up. So we
I'm
can,
just
get
gaslighting
to-
Mark because he likes James
I
Harden.
never wrap it up, Jordan. What's wrong with you?
Go ahead and do your shout out, bro.
I
Your
got 10
special
kids.
shout out.
Shout out LaQuanda, LaQuisha, Shakita. No.
Shout out also.
My son Megatron.
We have a tendency to forget about our major sponsor, Man
Oh
Great.
God damn it! I was
some
just
people-
editing a fucking
We
podcast.
gotta
when we did that shit.
RIP some people too, because some people passed us.
Do something funny that let's do something funny that when you say it, you can cut it off.